by Derek Hawkins, Washington Post. On the song "The Answer's Not in Washington," composer Orrin Hatch Sen. Orrin Hatch cautions against relying on the institutions and operations of government to cure society's ills. "We pay our taxes, then expect a miracle to come," he laments. "We legislate, we demonstrate, but when all is said and done, the answer's not in Washington where bills and laws are passed, it's in the hearts of honest men who have the will to act." For years, Hatch, the senior Republican senator from Utah, has quietly moonlighted as a songwriter and lyricist. He composed that song in the late 1990s, shortly before he was elected to his fifth term in the Senate, and, with the help of some professional musicians, pressed it to CD. At the time, it captured a core part of his political philosophy. But the song took on new meaning this week, sounding a bit more like an epilogue to the Utah Republican's 41-year career in Congress. Start your day with the news you need from the Bay Area and beyond. Sign up for our new Morning Report weekday newsletter. On Tuesday, Hatch announced his plans to retire at the end of 2018 rather than seek re-election. First elected in 1976, he will finish the year as the longest-serving Republican senator in history. "Every good fighter knows when to hang up the gloves," he said. When he leaves Congress, the 83-year-old will give up his role as president pro tempore, as well as his chairmanship of the powerful Senate Finance Committee. But there's nothing stopping him from continuing his longtime side gig as a songwriter. Hatch, a trained pianist and a poetry aficionado, has composed hundreds of songs with a coterie of creative partners since the mid-1990s. Most are patriotic anthems, love songs, and religious fare, with a few power ballads sprinkled in. For a while, he kept a running list of many of them on the now-defunct personal site hatchmusic.com. He has even found some modest success. He has self-released more than a dozen albums featuring professional musicians performing his work. Gladys Knight has covered his songs, as have Christian pop singers and a handful of country musicians. In 2005, he brought in more than $39,000 in royalty earnings, as the New York Times reported at the time. Hatch, a lifelong Mormon, didn't start writing until 1996. That year the popular Mormon songwriter Janice Cap Perry approached him and asked if he would work on a few hymns with her. Orrin took this as a compliment but didn't believe that Janice was serious, until 4 months later when they bumped into each other at another event, and Janice again presented her request, reads an archived biography page on Hatch's music website. That weekend he sat down and wrote 10 songs for her. Those songs became his first album, My God Is Love, and marked the start of a long artistic collaboration with Perry. Indeed, Hatch's catalog of songs is extensive, and a search of YouTube, Spotify and the music database AllMusic turns up a bevy of highlights. One is Everything and More, a tender acoustic love ballad co-written by Hatch and performed by country music star Billy Gilman on his 2005 album of the same name. Your love is like a river, it runs through my heart and soul.